So this is the CMH mask challenge for sewing. This is what we're making. They're out of fabric. So you basically take 2 pieces of fabric that are 9, this is an adult size, which is 9 inches by 6 inches. Cotton fabric is preferred, and a child size is 7.5 by 5 inches. So we're just going to do the adult ones right now. You also need 2 types of elastic, 3 types actually. You can use a 1/4 inch flat, an 1/8 inch flat, or the rope. And when you do the rope elastics, you have to tie knots in both ends. These all measure 7 inches. So to start, you're going to start midway along the long side of your fabric, and you want to go as close to the edge as you can. So I usually put the fabric lined up. We're about 3/4 of the way down. I'm going to leave an opening here so I can flip. The fabric would be put right sides together if you had patterns, because you're going to fold it inside out. So if you have patterned fabric, you want to make sure they're on the inside. You start with putting I'm going to use red thread so you can hear it. It's just it's basically a simple straight stitch. I line my fabric up along the side of my pressure foot. I'm going to lock my stitch, and then I sew down to a corner. About a finger width away, I stop, and you separate the fabric. And if you're going to use the rope, you place it, and I hold it so that the knot is above, and it's about a fingertip away from the edge. It makes it a little easier. Lay the fabric back over top and stitch through. When you go over the elastic, I like to do a back stitch over top just to lock it. Go almost to the end, leaving your needle in. You can now turn and rotate. Make sure the elastic is tucked away so it doesn't get caught. You continue down to the next corner. About a finger length away. Again, you pull out the next corner of the elastic, over, recatch, twist to the end, leave your needle in one more time, and now you're going to sew the full length of this side. Line my fabric up to run beside the pressure foot, just makes it easier to keep it straight. Again, a finger away, and now you're going to take the second piece of elastic that you have, so the elastics end up on the short side, place in, pull the knot out, and over top. Leave your needle down just before the edge of the fabric, rotate one more time, and sew to the bottom. Grabbing the final end, pulling the knot above, still do a long stitch, turn. Now when you finish this part, you're going to leave yourself a 2-inch gap. So here's my start point. I'm going to finish here. That's going to allow me to turn the fabric out. Lock your stitch. Remove. And basically you take all your pins out. Clean up all your stray threads. And there you can see I've stitched the rectangle. Now separate and feed it right side out. And if you grab the elastics, it helps you pull your corners out. Feed my fingers in. So you're now right side out. And that's basically what you look like. I like to press this, and it looks like that, giving you nice clean edges, and you press in the hole. Here you can see I've done it with the flat. You don't have to tie a knot in these. You do the same thing, place them in the corner, stitch over top, and back stitch to lock them in. Now what you need to do here is you need to do 3 pleats. And you want to make sure your pleats all face in the same direction. So the easiest way to do this is to run a pleat that runs directly across. You want to make sure you leave a little room on the back, otherwise you can't stitch down the pleat. Pin your sides. Like so, and then you're going to repeat that 2 more times so it looks like so. And you can see there's 3 and the pleats all run in the same direction, and there's enough gap here to allow me to stitch the bottom. Now to finish, you're going to find the hole that you left here, and you're going to start just slightly before where that is, again lining your pressure foot up to the edge. I also have my needle to the far right so I can get as close to the edge. I'm going to start with a lock stitch again, and then I simply continue around the entire border of the mask. Coming almost to the edge, again leave your needle in, and then you can lift your pressure foot and rotate. You're going to go a little slower here because you've got doubled fabric, but you now sew across your pleats. Taking the pins out as you go. Again, get to the corner, leave your needle in, allows you to rotate, and you go down across the top again. Needle into the corner. You can kind of go on an angle here if it's not quite. Rotate. Again across your pleats. To the edge, lift and rotate. And now you're going to continue around the entire border one more time, following your stitches, and this will completely lock it in. Now you're about to come back to your finish. You're going to match back up here and do another lock stitch to finish it. Remove it, and you've actually completed cleaning up all your edges and stray fabric. And you've completed your mask. And that's a standard adult size, so you can use one with the rope, the 1/4 inch flat, and here's, or sorry, that's the 8 inch and 1/8 of an inch, and that's the 1/4 inch. And all these masks are now washable and reusable. Thank you. Have fun sewing.